What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with another episode. Today's content is an increased focus on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, which brings us to the Spidercase Unbox, Install, and Rating. As always, clarity and authenticity are important for the content, which is why it's necessary I mention that I purchased both the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra as well as the Spidercase, and that's so that we remain truly authentic. These are things that I actually bought myself, so I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Now, in order to find the portion of the video you're most interested in, we've also included watermarks to ID each section. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. So here we are with the unbox of the Spidercase for the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, which is the very first case I'm installing on this unit. If you are watching this episode, you can see we have the S23 Ultra and it's still in the box. Now, I found the Spidercase to be a highlight because it offers 360-degree coverage, including a built-in display protector as well as a built-in protector for the camera module. Now, I wanted to emphasize this because the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra is, of course, a powerful, expensive tool, and protection is a must-have here. So let's open the box and check out the contents. So inside we have the case in protective film. We're going to peel that back. We're actually going to rip that protective film. And there we have the case. It looks like we've also got a cool looking lanyard in there. That's a bonus. I was not expecting that. We've got some product information. And it also looks like we have a tool to clear the display of any bubbles. Now, I really like this unboxing because considering all these points, you can see that all the items are housed inside the case. That's very clever, actually. So here we have the whole kit. We're going to have the two-piece case, front and a back. Then we're going to have the lanyard. We're going to have the waterproof case instructions, a cleaning cloth. It looks like some protectors for that rear camera module, some instructions for the fingerprint ID operation, a squeegee tool, and then some more instructions on how to install the case. Now, the instructions do appear very thorough. Make sure to pause the video if you want to take a look. It looks like we have installation and also removal instructions. And if you are going to purchase this case, make sure to read the fingerprint ID operation steps, as not following them may affect the reliability of the fingerprint scanner. Also, taking a look at these main instructions here, we also have before use and daily maintenance instructions. Not necessary, but nice to have. Now, again, we do have a lanyard included, but I didn't see any information about the install of it in the directions. So I'm hoping that if I install this last, we can actually install it last. Not that you should put it on the case before the case is assembled and then you got to take the whole thing apart. So let's talk installation of the S23 Ultra into this case. Now, the first step is to peel off the protective film on the fingerprint recognition area of the case before installation. So we'll go ahead and do so. We'll peel that right off there. And it's hard to tell in the video probably, but you can see there is still a pattern of a circle there. And for reference, there is the protector that was on it. Next, we have the install of the S23 Ultra into the case. Now, before we do the install, of course, you would want to make sure that your phone is completely clean. Now, with our S23 Ultra, it is brand new, so we don't need to worry too much about that. But the other tip I have is make sure that you wash your hands so they're not oily or greasy and you don't leave any fingerprints on the phone or the case itself when you're installing. That way you get a nice clean install. Now, the first thing I wanted to do is make sure that I have the cases oriented the correct way, right side up. That way I don't try to install the S23 Ultra upside down into the case, which probably wouldn't work anyways, but just to prevent a hassle here. So it looks like according to the visuals and the directions, we're going to place the S23 Ultra into the front portion of the case first. Now, it will be interesting to see just how smoothly the S23 Ultra goes into this case. Now, I did notice there is this curve here towards the bottom, so I believe we got to insert the bottom end of the S23 Ultra in first, and then we should be able to push it into place. So I'm going to give this a try. So we are clearing that, and then I believe we just have to clear the volume and power button over there. So we're going to give it a good push. And this is certainly challenging to get in. I'm going to try to lead the other way first, and I can't get it. So let's give this another try. Maybe I'm just being a little scared here. I'm going to try to push a little harder. And I gotta say, this is not going in very easy. There we go. I think it was just the angle that I had. I will certainly be honest here. I was getting a bit nervous, but we actually have the phone inside the front portion of the case. Next, we have the rear portion of the case, which should be easier to install. It looks like it probably just clicks into place. So we're going to line up here and then press it into place. So we're getting some click in here. There we go. And we're just going to work all the way around. And you can see that this edge is over the top, so we're gonna have to take back apart here. And with these cases, you do want to be careful because you don't want to break them. So I'm going to lay this back down, and this time I'm going to insert this part first and then work my way around. Vacuum seal, feel into it as you work your way around here. Just going to feel around a little bit more. Now the bubbles that you see here is just a protector for the rear side of the case. I'm going to take a quick look though, but let's go ahead and peel off the protector there. And this actually looks really good so far. Now that we have the Spidercase completely installed, I actually found the mounting point for the tether, and it's going to be on the left bottom edge if you're looking at the case from the rear. So we are going to grab the tether, and I'm going to try to install this for the video. These are generally hard to install as it is, and we're just asking for a little luck. So I got it through the window. We're going to go right through the other side. I like this tether. I think it'll be very useful for if you are outside doing a jog, for example, and you want extra security. You don't want to drop your device. And we're just going to feed the rest of the tether through the eye, but that's going to be a huge plus there. Now wrapping up, we do have a few cool things going on with this Spidercase. First, we're going to have these grooves along the edge. I think that's going to be a huge plus. It's going to aid in grip. Now, of course, this is a waterproof case too, or so it's advertised. So everything's sealed really nice, including the volume buttons and the power button there. Now, if we take a look towards the bottom side of the case, so we have the door for the charge sync port. I'm going to see if I can open that on camera. These all fit really snug. That's a nice thick door with some gasket-like structure there, so that should keep water out. And next we're going to have the door for the pen. I'm going to see if I can open that up on camera. I had to tilt the phone here a little bit to make it easier. So there is access to the pen. Let's see if we can get this out easily. It is a little bit of a challenge, but we can get the pen out. And as for installing it, not too bad as well. This is going to be a bit of a challenge, but it is possible. And we can go ahead and close that door again. Nice seal there. So this overall does feel very waterproof. And what I also like about this case is this portion is clear. So as you can see, I did install a Mortal Kombat sticker in there because, of course, Mortal Kombat, why not? So to finish this install, we're going to take off the last protector. I'm hoping I can do so for this video. And there we go. That's not too bad, and it looks like the display protector actually came out very well. So overall, I'm really liking the Spidercase. It looks really cool, it looks functional, it keeps the S23 Ultra completely sealed. So I am going to give this a rating of 10 out of 10 for the time being. Of course, I will test this furthermore and see how things go and give any updates as needed. So that is it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, please leave a like. If you're watching on YouTube and have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, there are 3 ways you can support the content. The first way is to click on the Amazon storefront link in the description below. There you'll find items that I have bought or would buy, and anything you buy from the storefront does support the content. We've also got some really cool lists there to create the ultimate loadout, such as the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra list. The next way to show your support is just by sharing this content with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. And the last way to show your support is just by clicking the subscribe button. Now, liking and subscribing are important because those are ways to vote on whether you like the content. Liking and subscribing are also important for new viewers and listeners. If new viewers and listeners see likes and subscribers, they're going to think that the content is helpful, worth watching, and listening to. And as always, thanks for watching and may the universe flow in your favor. And until next time, Leon checking out.
You